From the crest of Olivet, Jesus looked upon Jerusalem. Fair and fearful was the scene spread out before him. It was the season of the Passover, and from all lands the children of Jacob had gathered there to celebrate the great national festival. In the midst of the gardens and vineyards, and green slopes studded with pilgrims' tents, rose the terraced hills, the stately palaces, and massive bulwarks of Israel's capital. The daughter of Mount Zion seemed in her pride to say, I see the queen and shall see no sorrow. As lovely then, and deeming herself as secure in heaven's favor as when, ages before, the royal minstrel sang, beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, the city of the great king. In full view were the magnificent buildings of the temple. The rays of the setting sun lighted up the snowy whiteness of its marble walls and gleamed from golden gate and tower and pinnacle. The perfection of beauty it stood, the pride of the Jewish nation. What child of Israel could gaze upon the scene without a thrill of joy and admiration? But far other thoughts occupied the minds of Jesus. When he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it. Amid the universal rejoicing of the triumphal entry, while palm branches waved, while glad hosannas awoke the echoes of the hills, and thousands of voices declared him king, the world's Redeemer was overwhelmed with a sudden and mysterious sorrow. He, the Son of God, the promised one of Israel, whose power had conquered death and called its captives from the grave, was in tears, not of ordinary grief, but of intense, irrepressible agony. His tears were not for himself, though he well knew whether his feet were tending. Before him lay Gethsemane, the scene of his approaching agony. Sheep gate also was inside, through which for centuries the victims for sacrifice had been led, and which was to open for him when he should be brought a lamb to the slaughter. Not far distant was Calvary, the place of crucifixion. Upon the path which Christ was soon to tread must fall the horror of great darkness, as it should make the soul an offering for sin. Yet it was not the contemplation of these sins that cast the shadow upon him in this hour of gladness, no foreboding of his own supernatural anguish clouded that unselfish spirit. He wept for the doomed thousands of Jerusalem because of the blindness and impenitence of those whom he came to bless and save.